The morning light slips through the curtains. You slowly open your eyes. Your body feels heavy, almost rooted to the bed. Your knees ache with a dull stiffness. Each movement is careful, like testing frozen ground. You swing your legs over the side of the bed. The floor feels cool under your feet. You pause, breathing deeply, waiting for strength. Your joints whisper resistance, a reminder of age. But age does not have to mean limitation. Some mornings feel like climbing a hill before breakfast. Yet hidden in that struggle lies possibility. A simple movement can unlock the body. Gentle quiet, almost like a morning ritual. It does not require strength, only intention. Bending softly, rising lightly, flowing with breath. This is how stiffness begins to fade. This is how mobility returns with grace. Each small bend is a signal of care. Each rise is a promise of freedom. Today, we step into that promise together. The morning always arrives the same way. The sun climbs, light filters through the window. You open your eyes, ready for the day. But your knees feel locked, unwilling to move. Your legs are heavy, the joints stiff and tight. You place your feet on the floor carefully. The cool surface meets your skin with surprise. You pause, waiting for strength to gather slowly. The first steps across the room feel uncertain. Each movement is measured, each shift deliberate. Your knees resist, as though they have forgotten. They need a gentle reminder of how to bend. This is a story many older adults know. It begins each morning with hesitation and effort. The body feels like stone before it becomes clay. Muscles ache for warmth, joints wait for motion. You wonder if this stiffness will always remain. You think of younger days when rising was easy. Back then, mornings were quick and effortless moments. Now they are slow, careful, almost fragile routines. But hidden within this challenge is not defeat. It is the body's quiet request for kindness. It asks for movement, gentle and thoughtful. It asks for patience, not force or speed. The truth is simple, yet powerful to hear. Stiffness is not the end of vitality. It is an invitation to begin differently each day. Imagine your knees as doors waiting to open. Imagine your ankles as bridges waiting to flex. With each small effort, the hinges soften gently. With each motion, the bridges grow steady again. The body thrives on circulation and rhythm. Blood flows stronger when muscles are invited awake. Joints glide easier when movement oils their gears. This is not punishment, it is nature's design. When still, the body slows and tightens quietly. When moving, the body smiles and remembers itself. So the morning struggle is not a curse. It is simply the call to begin with care. Many believe stiffness is the price of age. But often, it is only the price of stillness. And stillness can be broken with small action. No giant leap, no heavy training, just steps. Steps that remind the body it can be alive. Steps that turn hesitation into confidence each dawn. The story of stiffness becomes the story of change. A change built not in days, but in moments. Moments where you decide to rise with movement. Moments where you greet the morning with intention. Every older adult knows the weight of slow mornings. But not every older adult knows the solution. And the solution does not require youth or speed. It requires only willingness to try something gentle. Something that warms the knees, softens the ankles. Something that transforms heaviness into steady lightness. This is the morning struggle, yes, but also hope. Hope that the body can find ease again. Hope that stiffness is not a final sentence. Hope that with care, mornings can be free. Movement is the language of the body. It is how muscles speak, how joints sing. When we stop moving, the body grows quiet. And in that silence, stiffness begins to grow. Think of your body like a musical instrument. When it rests too long, the strings go slack. They lose their tune, their sound becomes dull. But with gentle practice, the notes return alive. Your joints are like those strings in waiting. They long for a touch to wake them again. Blood needs to flow, muscles need to stretch. Cartilage waits for movement to stay nourished inside. Without it, the body feels rusty and slow, like a door hinge left unused for years. It creaks, it resists, it struggles to open. But one drop of oil changes everything at once. Movement is that oil for your precious joints. It brings warmth where there was cold before. It brings smoothness where there was resistance. It brings life where there was hesitation. When you rise and take gentle steps, circulation begins. Blood travels faster, carrying oxygen to every corner. Your knees receive the care they have missed. Your ankles feel the rhythm of balance again. Your muscles awaken, stretching like leaves in sunlight. And slowly, stiffness starts to fade into flow. The body is not asking for punishment. It does not demand weight or endless effort. It only craves the kindness of gentle motion. Think of warming up a car on a cold day. You would never press the engine to its limit. You would start slow, let it hum gently first. The body works with the same quiet wisdom. It thrives when treated with patience and rhythm. Even a few minutes of movement makes a difference. The blood carries more nutrients to every cell. The heart beats with steady confidence inside your chest. And balance improves as the body finds its center. Movement is not about youth, it is about care. It is about keeping the body's door unlocked. It is about reminding your knees they can bend. It is about showing your ankles they can rise. Many older adults fear that pain will increase. But often, gentle activity reduces discomfort instead. Stillness is what deepens stiffness over time. Motion is what sets the body free again. So every morning, ask yourself one question. Will I let stiffness decide how my day begins? Or will I answer with a small act of movement? Each bend, each stretch, each step is medicine. Medicine that does not come from a bottle. Medicine that flows from your own effort. You do not need perfection to see change. You only need consistency and a gentle heart. Movement matters because it is life itself. It carries you forward. It keeps you standing tall. It lets you greet the morning not with struggle, but with confidence, strength, and graceful freedom. Picture yourself standing in a quiet room. The morning is calm. Light rests across the floor. You place your hands gently on the back of a chair. It is not for weight, only for balance and comfort. You stand tall, feet steady, shoulders soft and relaxed. Now imagine a small bend in your knees. Not deep, not forced, just a gentle lowering. Like lowering yourself into a shallow wave of water. Your body listens as the knees bend slightly. The muscles around them begin to awaken slowly. Then you rise back up, but not all the way. Instead, you press gently onto the balls of your feet. Your heels lift from the floor like feathers rising. Your body lengthens, ankles stretch, balance engages softly. It feels like reaching toward the sky without leaving the ground. You lower again, heels kissing the floor with calm. Then the knees bend once more, flowing like a rhythm. Down through the knees, up through the toes. A circle of motion, gentle, steady, and alive. This is the heart of kneetotoebends. It is not about speed, it is about presence. Each bend tells your knees they are cared for. Each rise tells your ankle they still remember strength. The movement is small, but the impact is wide. Blood flows into the joints, warmth spreads outward. The stiffness that held you begins to loosen quietly. It feels almost like oil on that old hinge. The resistance softens, the door begins to open. And with each repetition, the ease grows stronger. You do not need to force or rush this. The beauty of this exercise is in its simplicity. It honors your body without pushing it too far. It reminds you that even gentle motion builds resilience. Imagine breathing with the movement as it unfolds. Inhale as you bend your knees with calm. Exhale as you rise gently onto your toes. Breath and motion become partners in this rhythm. The air fills your lungs as the body softens. The release of breath carries tension away quietly. This practice becomes more than just movement. It becomes a morning ritual, almost meditative. It is a conversation between you and your body. A whisper of care, a promise of strength. If you close your eyes, you can feel the flow. Knees bending, toes lifting, balance finding its center. The room is quiet, but your body is alive. Even 5 minutes of this brings transformation. The knees feel lighter, the ankles steadier. The morning stiffness no longer holds you captive. Instead, you hold the power to guide your day. Knee-to-toe bends are not only an exercise. They are a gentle reminder that movement heals. They show that age does not erase ability. It simply asks for a different kind of care. And in those bends and rises, that care is found. The first gift of knee-to-toe bends is freedom. That quiet stiffness in your knees begins to fade. Your joints feel less heavy, less locked in place. Each gentle bend works like a key in a door. Slowly the hinges loosen, and the door swings open. You start to notice that mornings feel easier. The weight that once held you back grows lighter. The knees carry you with less resistance each step, and your ankles learn to roll and stretch again. Balance becomes steadier as your body rediscovers rhythm. No longer do you feel uncertain on the floor. Instead, you stand taller, grounded and confident. Even walking to the kitchen feels different, more fluid. The exercise does more than ease stiffness alone. It wakes up the muscles that guard your joints. The thighs, calves, and hips join the conversation. They strengthen quietly with each bend and rise. This strength supports the body in everyday tasks. It helps when you climb stairs or rise from a chair. It makes gardening or walking to the market easier. Each motion builds a foundation beneath your independence. Knee-to-toe bends are not just about exercise. They are about reclaiming small freedoms of movement. And with freedom comes the joy of daily living. Another gift is circulation, flowing like a river inside. Blood travels more quickly when your body is moving. It carries oxygen to places that felt forgotten. Your heart beats stronger, your breathing grows steadier. And with that, energy fills your morning hours. You no longer feel drained before the day begins. Instead, you rise with vitality that carries forward. The benefits are not only physical but also emotional. When your body moves with ease, your mind follows. Confidence grows in knowing you can step safely. Hope returns when you feel capable of small victories. And joy blossoms in moments that were once hard. Think of a walk in the park without hesitation. Think of reaching the stairs without second thoughts. These moments are the treasures movement provides. Another hidden gift is the prevention of decline. Muscles that are used remain alive and strong. Joints that move remain nourished and flexible. Balance that is practiced stays sharper with time. Each day you practice, you build a shield. A shield that protects against falls, weakness, and fear. It is not a miracle cure, but a steady promise. The promise that care today shapes freedom tomorrow. And perhaps the greatest gift is peace of mind. Knowing you are doing something simple and kind. Knowing that your body still responds with gratitude. Every bend is a message to yourself, I care. Every rise is a reminder, I am capable. This exercise is not about youth or age. It is about honoring the body you have now. And with every gentle movement, you reclaim your story. A gentle routine begins with presence, not pressure. You do not need long hours or heavy effort. All it takes is a few mindful minutes each morning. Stand in a safe space, perhaps near a chair. Let your feet rest firmly on the ground. Breathe in slowly, allowing calm to fill you. Breathe out gently, releasing the weight of stiffness. Now begin with just one soft knee bend. Feel how the knees respond to the invitation. Rise onto your toes, steady, balanced, graceful. Let the heels kiss the floor again with ease. This is not a race, it is a rhythm. Repeat the movement a handful of times only. 5 bends can already spark warmth in your joints. 10 bends can awaken muscles that were still. Do not chase numbers, chase consistency instead. The body learns through daily whispers, not shouts. If you feel tired, pause and rest calmly. If balance feels uncertain, hold a surface nearby. Safety is not weakness, it is wisdom at work. Over time, your routine can gently grow. Add a few more repetitions as you feel stronger. But always honor how your body speaks each day. Some mornings will ask for softness and slowness. Other mornings will welcome more energy and flow. Both are signs that you are listening with care. Consider pairing movement with breath as a ritual. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you rise. Let the rhythm carry you like waves on a shore. This harmony of breath and motion calms the mind. It turns exercise into a morning meditation. And with meditation comes focus and quiet strength. Routine does not have to mean routine alone. You can make it part of daily life. Practice while waiting for water to boil. Practice before you step outside for a walk. Even a minute here and there has power. Consistency shapes the body more than intensity ever will. Think of watering a plant each morning gently. The drops seem small, but life grows steadily. Your joints are that plant, waiting for care. Your muscles are roots, reaching deeper with each practice. And your spirit is the flower that blooms brighter. This gentle routine gives more than flexibility. It builds trust between you and your body. It reminds you that effort can also be soft, and that discipline can come wrapped in kindness. You do not need a gym, only intention. You do not need equipment, only a safe space. Your body itself is the perfect tool for healing. So let the routine become a promise to yourself. Not a heavy task, but a gift of care. A gift that returns strength, ease, and freedom. And every morning, as the light greets you, repeat. Bend softly, rise gently, breathe deeply, smile quietly. This is how a simple routine becomes a new beginning. Let me tell you about Mrs. Land, age 68. She used to wake each morning with heavy knees. Her first steps were always slow, cautious, and uncertain. She often sat longer on the bed, waiting for strength. The walk to the kitchen felt like climbing a hill. She wondered if this stiffness would become her new life. Her garden waited outside, but she no longer tended it. The stairs in her home felt taller every season. She missed the freedom of moving without hesitation. Then one morning, a neighbor shared a simple secret. It was not medicine, not a heavy exercise plan. It was the practice of gentle kneetotoebends. At first she laughed and thought it was too small. How could bending knees and lifting toes bring change? But she decided to try, only 5 repetitions each day. She placed her hand on the chair for balance. She bent her knees lightly, then rose on her toes. The first days felt strange, almost too easy. But soon she noticed warmth spreading through her legs. The stiffness in her knees softened after each session. Her ankles grew steadier, her balance quietly improved. She no longer clung to the wall when walking. The kitchen no longer felt far away in the morning. She returned to her garden after weeks of practice. The flowers welcomed her, and she bent to water them. Her knees supported her without the old resistance. The stairs also became less intimidating with time. She climbed them slowly, but without fear of falling. Her body was not perfect, but it was alive again. She discovered that small steps bring the biggest freedom. And the freedom gave her confidence she thought was lost. Her mornings no longer began with sighs of frustration. They began with movement, breath, and quiet pride. She shared her story with her children and friends. They too began to practice and felt the difference. It became more than an exercise. It became a ritual of care, of hope, of gentle strength. Mrs. Land no longer asked if stiffness was forever. She asked instead how far her body could improve. She knew aging was natural, but not limitation itself. Her story is the story of many older adults. Stories where small habits create great transformation. Knee-to-toe bends are simple, but they carry power. They bring back ease where there was struggle. They bring back confidence where there was doubt. They bring back joy in ordinary daily moments. This is not a miracle, it is consistency. It is the reward of listening and honoring the body. And in each repetition, a new chapter is written. A chapter where aging does not silence movement. A chapter where freedom remains within reach each day. Mrs. Land found her strength in gentle bends. And you too can write your story of change. The morning begins again, soft and full of promise. You rise, but this time the stiffness feels lighter. Your knees respond, your ankles steady beneath you. The steps across the room no longer feel uncertain. Instead, they carry you forward with gentle confidence. This is the gift of small, consistent care each day. A bend of the knees, a lift of the toes. Simple actions that whisper strength back into your body. They remind you that age is not the end. It is simply a new rhythm waiting to be lived. Every repetition is a message of hope and vitality. Every breath is a reminder that you are capable. Your body thanks you for each gentle moment of care. And your spirit rises with every step of freedom. So tomorrow, when sunlight greets you again, remember. Stand tall, bend softly, rise gently, breathe deeply. Let stiffness fade, let mobility return with grace. Your mornings belong to you, not to limitation. And with each practice, you reclaim the joy of moving.